Makoto. Listen. However...
You called for me and so I... Oh, I'm on fire! Yes! My beautiful scissors!
Whew.
Well now, thrills, chills, kick!
That's fine.
How strange. Unbelievable. Today, I'm feeling...
Stop talking.
You got...
In the name of...
Hey. However... So...
Yahoo! Thrills, chills... Since this will be the final class, so listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of you guys win! But if you can, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting...
Are you saying that if you lose,
Yep, sure will.
and that's final? No loopholes?
Of course not.
Never mind all that. I just have...
Oh, you're taking this serious.
Is the mastermind?
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? I'm right, aren't I? You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I have evidence of my...
What a coincidence. I evidence that proves everyone other than me has been
What? Wait, this doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence? You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence.
Hey, you stole... You're all out to get me. I have evidence...
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves everyone...
What? This doesn't make any sense. How can the
Three of us each have that.
No, that's wrong. It's not just you three.
What?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group.
Well, yeah. Huh? With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. See? I'm the only one not in it.
Hero,
You have a picture.
Okay, but...
So the secret in these pictures...
Secret or whatever, I don't care!
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick.
So the whole purpose behind these... The mastermind laid a trap.
Huh? A trap? How rip...
I got it! In each case, the only one... So, in the picture Hina got... And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo.
And when we each saw our picture...
Yeah, I thought that must be it.
Listen, can I see if it's not directly connected to what we're talking?
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't.
Can you just forget about the... Trying to trick me with such an
And on top of that, they went to.
No.
What are you talking?
Yeah! I don't remember, so it's gotta be a fake!
But you know,
Huh?
don't get me wrong. I don't remember. Is that really enough to be absolutely...
What do you mean?
Now I understand! Let's say that somehow, we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost as if.
Yeah, we.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this, I remember everything that's happened. So the idea.
It's totally stupid, obviously! You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got I remember
Everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong! Those photos aren't the only things that point to the This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent.
No! It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
when you say
I mean all of us.
you lie. I never d-
No, it's not a lie. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not You expect me to believe all this?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that?
To be honest, I have something else on my mind.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains What were the interviews?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and he asked us if we could accept the idea of
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes.
Why? Why would you say?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever. Or even talking to the headmaster.
It doesn't matter if even if I bought the whole amnesia thing. The idea that's just insane.
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept.
You sure are.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
then
Yep. You all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie. You think
of course, there's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
how? Come. That hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're... The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, there must have been a purpose to it all.
Of course there was a purpose.
You mean the motive you came up with?
That has something to do with the memories.
But that part still... Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before...
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think is the mastermind real?
Of course, they have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
Exactly. You're just... The mastermind is
Probably a million miles away.
No, that's wrong. There's no question that
How do you know?
in the back of the data center, the mastermind must have been using that to control. So there can't be any doubt.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also...
What?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma... So if the mastermind is in the school, we have...
How'd they manage?
So we're the only ones. It's not me.
Well, it's not me.
I blame What? Cuz! It's super weird how you're the...
Oh, I get it. The only way he.
Aw, nuts!
Wait!
Everyone, calm down. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already?
He's right. What more is there?
If you want something to talk about, I think we haven't fully established what Mukuro...
Huh?
No, that isn't actually... Wouldn't you agree,
I got it! All of the wounds covering her...
Hey, now hold on a second. It made it pretty clear, so they can't possibly.
Consider this. What if the...
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, if that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense because... Huh? Isn't it obvious? She was...
You're wrong.
She didn't... I'm not weird, okay? Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think of obviously,
She got all those wounds in battle!
Are you finished?
you didn't deny me this time. You made me go.
Don't worry, there wasn't
Anything cute about it.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
She must have been in
100 different battles. So, when you obviously, she got all the.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time. You made me go.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
Mukuro was. She must have been. So, obviously.
She got all those wounds!
No, that's wrong. No. Mukuro, the file we found in the headmaster's room, despite the time she spent in battle when she entered this school.
To be denied so completely. Maybe it's.
Anyway, so we can be in which case, they could.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to. When examining her body, I found that her
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, the wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body.
But if that's what then does that mean she's really been dead?
That's exactly what. When we found her body in the garden,
So then, what about the little matter of... Makoto, you said... If Mukuro had already been... So who was...
I got it! The one who attacked. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the. I naturally assumed she must have been but I was wrong. It wasn't her at all.
What are you?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just... Let's start off with... Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just... You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? The true identity of the mask... You never saw their face, so you can't have any... I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro...
You're wrong. Even there's another part of the attacker.
Oh? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Maybe the right foot!
Or perhaps.
Or could it be...
The hips.
You never saw their face, so you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Iku...
You're wrong. There's another part of the attack.
Oh? And what is it?
The right hand?
Or the left hand?
Shoot!
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong.
Even without. There's another part of the.
Oh?
Is it the. Or the left?
Maybe the right foot.
Or perhaps. Or could it be. The hip?
You never saw their... So you can't have any...
I'm telling you now,
No, that's wrong. Mukuro had a tattoo on her a representation of Fen, but I saw the right hand. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person...
Yeah, well, but that still doesn't... It could have been...
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I.
Yeah!
Oh, okay, but what about Ki... Uh-oh, no...
If you insist.
Huh?
What do you think? I'll show you the...
Your hands!
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to...
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer... My scars should suffice. Makoto.
No.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the...
On top of my secret being revealed, sorry. Did I?
Not at all.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther, because if you haven't noticed...
That's true.
On the contrary, we don't know anything.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead.
And I promise you, without a doubt.
Then somehow she was killed.
And after she died, who knows how much time went the culprit stash her somewhere? She could...
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed.
Then she...
But
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept...
The biolab?
That's right. So it's the perfect place to hide a body.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the bio...
And I have no doubt that that's exact... I got it! What makes me so sure the tarp that we found when I was checking it over again, I noticed that some text had been stamped on one...
oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow!
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with...
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there...
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it. Then they simply left it as it was.
Wow, you made everything.
But that's... Where's your evidence?
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened, but you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the top, because the key to uncovering your secret...
Are you talking about...
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistent...
La la la, I can't hear you.
Such a child. Oh.
Hey, by the way, Makoto...
What?
You're fat. So what do you... Your mom, your dad, are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? I'm not listening! Are you sure about this? I'm not listening! What? What do you want? I'm not listening!
I refuse to give up yet.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it. The inconsistency.
What are you talking about?
Like I said before. And as part of that, that's where everyone who...
And it was set up so that when a slot had a...
In other words, if the blue...
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, and there were...
Why does that matter?
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on.
Suspicious?
That's simple. Just recall...
That's right. Any... But according to the lights in the biolab...
You're saying a dead body just...
I got it! The mastermind destroyed.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro, and yet...
Then,
It may very well be,
But if that's true,
including Monokuma's executions. There have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost.
Shoot! I got it! What about if...
Huh?
Officially, 10, but one of the victims may have been murdered.
murdered and...
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings.
Technically, you're right, I guess.
Could easily have happened. No,
Sounds like you're already convinced.
it was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment...
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed. Besides, who could that someone else?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers.
nothing's gonna become obvious because Kyoko's. Who is this someone else? Was it Sayaka, Mizono, Junko, Enoshi, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo Owada, Kiyotaka, Hifumi Yama, Celestia Lu, whatever, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else that Mukuro? Was it Sayaka, Mizono, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Mondo O, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, Hifumi Yam, Celestia Lu, or maybe... Sakura. No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else? Was it Sayaka, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else? Was it Sayaka, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else? Was it Junko Enoshima, Leon Chihiro Mondo O, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, Hifumi Yamada, Celestia Lu, or maybe... Sakura, oh god, no. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this was it Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaka Hifumi Celestia Lu, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this was it Junko Enoshi, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone? Was it Sayaka, Junko Enoshima, Leon, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaka Hifumi Yamada, Celestia Lu, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone? Was it Junko, Leon, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestia Lu, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone? Was it Junko Enoshima, Leon Chihiro Mondo Owada, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestia Lu, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else that was it Junko Enoshi, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Mondo, Kiyotaka Hifumi Yamada, Celestia Lu, or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Is this someone? Was it Junko,
Enoshima?
Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumiya, Celestial, or maybe... No.
There's no way anyone...
No, that's wrong. Junko, wasn't her fatal injury
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those...
Then, it's really true? Mukuro and Junko... Wait,
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is...
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mook. She took Junko and made it look like... So Mukuro... Total silence?
The body we found...
It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive.
That's right. She made it look like... So the mastermind's true identity is...
What do you say, Monokuma?
The body we...
Found in the...
It wasn't
Mukuro!
No, that's wrong. No. The body we found in the garden, the body's appearance and measurement, right, Kyo?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 30. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo.
But...
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead... But we saw her get impaled. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed...
She was dead.
So...
It must be...
Then you're with...
I know you gave it your...
This case hasn't been decided.
Oh.
You haven't given up already.
No! Of course not!
That's all well and good. Junko absolutely...
Then both of them are dead, right?
I think we need to look at...
Huh?
Let's assume Junko is still alive.
Now I understand. That's it!
Switched place?
That's right! Before the spears could kill her, specifically,
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up.
which is why the body's height and weight.
I don't know anything about. That had to be Junko who got stabbed to death.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? Right when she was about to die.
Good point. So maybe the whole
I got it! The two of them?
What?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death. After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd
I had like a normal.
When we first met, so Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them.
Wait, but Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation, or if she did, it likely melted away in the explosion. Plus, there were the fake nails found. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all.
But
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair. In other words, it would be fair to say that
What's wrong? Lost.
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so
Then why haven't you been
because it's a bunch of nonsense.
Then why did you try and protect Jun?
I tried to protect her. When did I do that?
I got it! While I was in the AV room. You made sure I couldn't finish watching is because you didn't want me to see the
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that.
And if Makoto saw, it would have been totally obvious that
That whole power outage thing. What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? Rawr! 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 What? What do you want? That's impossible!
This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover. I noticed it just a little while. In all the photos, there's a...
What's so unusual about them?
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every... It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden, and on top of that, in this photo, so in other words, at that... With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the...
Xanadu!
I believe everything. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. She's the true mastermind.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of...
No, wait!
Don't bother trying to... There's no more room for debate. I'll prove everything. Here's exactly what happened. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, but that wasn't the real... The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student, and that girl's name... But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in the biolab until Junko decided to put... Junko dragged the body out of the biolab. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was... So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse. She wanted us to believe the murder had only Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy what she needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually this is the truth, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The real That's the whole story behind this incident. Well?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of it.
Come on! It's time you finally...
It's not like you're an endangered species or something.
Give it up, Junko.
Over? Did you really think the story was wrong?
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play. Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma it was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or
Your face.
huh? What about what's wrong with my beautiful face? People
I feel like this.
I got it! That's right! It was before... And...
Wow, you have a pretty good memory.
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall...
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same.
I'm me. And Mukshi tried her best. But the two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're I know, it's such a cliche, right? So basically, Mukuro. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The young.
Me! Junko! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka.
Whoa!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored. But if you're twins. Oh, that again? You have. Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me. Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit.
But if she was your twin.
And for reasons deeper and dark.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on it. But after looking at the situation, I determined because naturally, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your. I could have let her work alongside me, but she. Besides, 15 students seemed like us. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an.
And that's.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even. She was nothing more than a bit player, and being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to. Which is precisely why I killed her.
That can't.
Well, no, of course.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to. If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, so I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided. Just as when Mukuro was killed.
So you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro, but she did teach you all of it.
How can you talk? You sacrificed your own.
What? I sacrificed her? Jeez, misunderstandings. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. When I was born, I cried, so that's why for us, it's not a big. We're just those kinds of people. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister?
That's not true at all. We were twins. That's why it gets me so excited.
Huh?
Killing my precious sister. That act is filled with so much it's like super, 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 super despair. Super, 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 super. It just feels.
What the hell is.
And my sister, too. And after all, to be murdered by your own sister. She must have died feeling. I'm so.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary.
Turning your own despair into some kind of.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill. So I'm hopelessly attractive. I'm the hopelessly perfect.
No, I don't think there's.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect.
Huh? Don't you mean had that?
What did you just say?
You haven't even solved all the mysteries.
Are you talking about our
You've already solved this mystery, right? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing.
Damn straight. That's exactly what. And then.
All right, then let's just get straight to.
When the group pictures were taken.
I got it. It must have.
No fair. At least give us a hint.
Your brains are like sponges. All drip all the memories you lost. Share.
Shoot! I got it! You're talking about the mode.
So you do remember after all. Well, it was stupid of me to even ask. So then, let me ask, did you notice that each motive I Yep, you got it. So when Sayaka was murdered, what?
I got it! the driving force behind the motive.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Each video showed the total destruction of your... For example, I ruined all those relationships. It was to motivate your desire to escape but still, what a...
You're the one that did.
Yes, well,
Okay. So
I got it! It was...
yay! Makoto got it right. Embarrassing. And the whole reason Mondo did.
So,
Relax, relax. So, what?
I got it! It was my...
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got... Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction!
What's the point of all this?
Don't now! Can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
I got it! In her case...
Precisely. Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal. Anyway, it looks like you and...
but what's the point? What...
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of...
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are... They compel humans to kill each other. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs and that nourishment is hope. Despair can two sides of the same coin, divided by...
How much longer is this? Weren't we discussing our missing memory?
if you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own... You see, by taking away your memories, of course that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memory...
And plus, you haven't given us any hope
Is that so? The mere fact that that's what you want...
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, that is why we took your memories. So
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories.
Which means if we did have our memory...
What?
But it's not enough. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to... So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing... Huh?
then
Hurry, okie dokie. I'd like for you to see...
You mean the world?
So something really did.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? See your faces sing. Behold! This is the outside world.
What the...
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This is a scene... What you just saw. That world is... If you can't remember.
better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray line. I don't remember. Ain't a fucking excuse no more. For the final class trial. Come on, bitches!
Remember or die! What the fuck happened now?
You want us to remember when it comes to that crazy, confusing video? I don't understand a damn thing.
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical...
I mean, what am I supposed to be?
Nobody can remember.
No, that's wrong. Actually, the other Toko.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of...
I see. Then even if one personality's
What do you say?
Are you telling? No! Have some.
Toko, you're the only one we can
Dun, da, da, da! It's me, your boy. She just gave.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have... Do you know anything about...
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh,
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough. Just look.
Aye, aye, Roger, you.
well,
I don't have all the details, but of course it does.
Then you remember all the stuff?
Of course I do.
So you didn't lose your...
Then why didn't you say so? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know. Oh my god.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you
Just answer the
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Cause it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way
The world's been destroyed. Get it?
destroyed?
Explain yourself.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so
We already did, and she didn't know anything.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations.
Okay, that's enough of your little whatever happened. It doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. The world has ended.
How can the world just end?
Calm down. It's okay. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway.
Oh, come on. Now you're...
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which is...
What?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name?
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop? And said with such authority. You must learn your place, pet.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember?
Hold on. There's no way that happened. I mean, we only... If some kind of world, then how do you explain the totally normal world?
Mistake?
Well, if it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before. Well, yeah. I mean, a few. Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually. Huh? Well, I mean, you guys all start.
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but... And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that? And so, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us.
I got it! If we accept, then we've all lost our memories of the...
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No.
Another correct answer.
Seriously?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years and that entire period of time.
I don't remember the last 2 years of that. That's not possible.
Years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school event. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years? I could never lose.
We've been living here for hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
This is all just
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so 2 years? I could never lose.
We've been living here for hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
This is all just
Plus, if how freaking old?
Everyone's so 2 years? I could never lose.
We've been living here for hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But
Wizza, is something?
It's kinda similar. What the? This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? No!
It looks like you actually did, but somehow...
Lies!
I don't want to believe it, but there's also no explanation for this.
And whose pup?
It's mine. In the handwriting, but just like Hero.
and the reason for that.
After
Isn't it just so desperately shit, man?
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth? How many fun classes? How many? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, right before everyone's eyes. You absorbed all that despair, and once you'd forgotten, you made oh, and there's one other thing.
Actually, never mind.
What?
We are bored. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves!
Figure out
Where your memories come apart. That.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. When I first came to the when I passed out,
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it's... And your sense of time got all messed up because of... I guess it must have been something like that.
after I passed out, I woke up in a class. I assumed not much time had.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone.
The reason it felt so short was because...
You got it, honey! 2 years of memories? Poof!
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
by that point, we'd already... That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
You were all such close friends. You spent and it was also you could escape into a world that... What a terribly...
You're the one who set things up to...
I love you all.
What?
Once your school life here began, it's only natural that...
So, since I love you guys so much, all about the idea we came up with as the ultimate... Let's go back to when everyone first came... School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy. Everyone was enjoying themselves so...
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful... All too soon, the world's days of peace came. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading...
What? The most tragic event in human history. I can't believe it's all because of just... Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob?
You have a point. It was none of those. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like... everyone is capable of it, and now the entire world...
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy...
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent
Okay, Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important. So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, that's right! It was transformed into a shelter! I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation. Do any of you know who that...
I got it! It could only have been... He wanted to turn the school to protect us. That's why he asked us to say that we were willing to live.
We believe he had something. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive.
Yeah, the head.
And because we had... That's why we all agreed.
But creating the shelter was also his single... He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, so what was supposed to be, became a cage. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
and then you forgot all about it and started
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it would and thus be.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years.
that moment where you all began killing each other, so
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live? So we could go around killing each other?
Why?
because this was so much more than rather. It was a method to hunt down and destroy every last.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. So I thought I should show them.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was...
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair! When I said climax, the world watched as you fell in despair is as contagious.
Isn't the power of... By the way, since we started broadcasting...
Are you... But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no... I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to... But in the end, I was able to give them...
So you just used us? To bring...
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So...
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just...
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and you solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, our final desire for creating this world, if you were bold enough to solve the mystery, how would you react?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to...
Truth can be full of despair, too!
Not to mention, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? We've been murdering each other?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here.
We weren't just random strangers either.
We get it. You're totally awesome, right? So help us! I'll do anything!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh.
But I'm sorry to... All I want is to... And since there's no reason, there's no argument, no understanding.
Wait, hold on. You've just been but there's no real reason for us to
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth!
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. If so...
Are you saying you won't accept the truth? Well, you better not. You trust me.
Well, even I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones...
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here,
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct.
Hell yes!
No! It's murder! You stole our memories. Infant, it's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and I've decided to have you vote. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually.
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. You'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
You mean?
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live. If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
What?
Do you mean to say?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. If a single person votes for Hope to be, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished,
I will force you out, ensuring you all die whole.
what I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
What? Has your resolve softened? Don't you have faith in—
No!
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one. Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do—
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Well, that's fine. Then it's time for the final vote and your stupid life.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope!
Well, if I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave.
You'll have to go into the world outside.
So, what do you— will you just die?
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling... But to live, so even if it's hard, even if we're scared, I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. So that's why, no matter what, the whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is the only reason we're okay. Is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking... You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. Which is why I... Yeah!
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have...
By the way, the only reason we're okay is thanks to the air... Say whatever you want. I've made...
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all... I can keep on living! As long...
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
We're only...
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying. It never even crossed my mind that I'm... But don't misunderstand me. I just have to keep my word. Besides, the Togami family isn't... So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known...
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided...
By the way, the air outside, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all been... I can keep on living!
All of you will have to leave.
You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life. By what?
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die?
We won't give up. As long as there's hope,
we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all... I can keep on living!
All of you will have to leave.
You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life.
So,
what are you gonna do?
Will you just die?
Don't lose hope now.
I didn't really know my father. But even if we're just connected by... He would never want us to abandon Makoto. I can't explain why exactly. Just because we don't actually know anything. Could it be? No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a You came here to bring down... You came here to confront despair, and if that's true, I think we could call you...
What the hell are you? So uncool. Your stupid faces. It's all so Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Lame. You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Suffer from despair. No. No.
Is the... I refuse to give up yet!
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Suffer from despair. No. No.
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going! I refuse to give up! I refuse! Because all I have going...
What's happening?
It looks like we've reached the end.
We just gotta pull the lever.
Good. I'm...
Let's put an end to these trials with our own hand.
The hell?
Indeed.
I lost? Well, that's
What the heck?
Well, that's just totally the best! So this is despair. And now true despair. And now true despair.
Huh?
Anyway,
Totally the best!
Not possible. Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay.
hey. However,
No. There's one last thing.
It's fine, it's fine.
it can't be.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop! How many times?
way!
So this is how the despair, even a tenth of this despair. I want every last soul on this planet. I want the entire world to die with.
Okay,
I've reserved an extra
let's give it everything we've got.
Hey. Makoto.
So,
Indeed.
If, on the other hand,
I will force you out, ensuring you all.
In other words,
But
it's true.
Yes.
my beautiful scissors! Ah.
That's enough.
Anyway,
But
for serious.
in other words, am I wrong?
you got it!
Hey.
Okay.
Could it be? How about that? Whoa!
Makoto.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, any...
You know how much I hate being annoyed. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but...
I don't know why, but I might be able to pull it off.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened.
I guess we...
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma, and I am your headmaster.